Now let's check the units. If you type UN, you can see we are working in millimeters. Okay, let's change the dimensions. If you click 1 on the line and 1 on the dimension, enter. Same for the depth, enter. And we can extend this so it will be easier to understand. Click once, hold, release. Click and hold, click and hold. Now we can see better the shape of the bench. Next, we'll create reference planes. The golden rule when creating families is don't create any extrusions before you finish the reference planes and parameters, because for the family to work correctly, you need to lock the extrusions to the reference planes. To create reference planes, you click on the Create tab, Reference Plane, or you type RP. We can create one, escape, and then we can copy the rest. Click, CO, copy, we need 3 in the middle. Don't worry about the position, we are changing. 3 in the middle, 1 in the corner. Okay, and now let's create the vertical ones. Again, RP, then you create one here, escape, CO for copy, copy one, and then you can select both and you can mirror MA, MM, okay. Now let's create dimensions to position the reference planes and add parameters. We already have parameters here, width and depth. You can create as many as you wish following the same steps. So to create dimensions, you can click here, Align Dimension, or you can click DI. Click 1, 2, and then you can do the same here. And this, click on the middle one, and then you don't click outside, you just click again here. Once you click, you can find this symbol, which is the equality, and you put this right in the middle between this and this, which is the same you did here. So your family, it's located with a center. Now this dimension and this dimension. Okay, I'll just move here so we can see better. Okay. Now the top ones, DI, dimension from here to here, here to here. Don't worry about the numbers, we are changing that. Okay, so these are all the dimensions we need, and now we're going to change them. Now that the dimensions are ready, I'll show you how to change it correctly. So this number is telling me the dimension, the distance between this reference plane and this one. And I want this to be fixed dimension. So I select the right one, and then I can change the number 50. And I don't want this to change again. So when I click on the 50, there is this option for lock, and I lock. This means that this distance between this reference plane and this one, it's gonna keep always the same, because it's locked. And I'll show you how it works now. Now I'm gonna change this one, and I'll click here again. So I wanna change the position of this reference plane. If I click here, I type 300, enter. Can you see? These came together because I have a fixed dimension between these reference planes. And I'll show you the opposite now. If I click here, see, I didn't secure this dimension and I changed the dimension here. So let's see. Can you see? It changed this dimension because it was not secured. Also notice that I'm not changing these reference planes because they are also locked by a parameter. So the left reference plane and the right reference plane are locked by the width parameter. So you can lock with a dimension or you can lock with a parameter. So now let's change this one to reflect the same. I want this to be 50 and I want this to be a fixed dimension. Oh, good. And I want this. Okay, so I'm not changing this because now we are creating a parameter and I'll apply the parameter. So if I click here on this 300 and then I click on the create parameter, I can create a parameter called overhang. It's good to be really descriptive when you're creating parameters name because then it's easier for other users to use your family. So this will be a type parameter and I'll show you the difference further. So let's choose a type for now. Okay, this is all the same. Oh, good. Okay. So now I have a parameter here, here, and here. Oh, okay. Let's put to the side so it's easier. And I'll choose the same parameter for this side because this is one overhang of the bench and this is the other. So if I click here, now I can go to the drop down menu and I can find the parameter I just created here. It changes automatically and it doesn't change this dimension because it's locked. We are also locking dimensions here. This will be 50. Lock again. So these dimensions, they are relative to the center. So that's why I created two, because then you have the same dimension each side, just like here. If you select this one, 25. This one, 25. Now select the dimension, lock, select the dimension, lock, reference plane, 50, enter, select the dimension, locked. Okay, so our plan is all locked and we've just created parameter. Now we can go to the front elevation. Let's go to the front elevation now. Double click, 1, 2, and let's organize the reference just like we did with the plan. Drag and release, click and hold, tab, then click and hold, click and hold. Okay. Now let's change the height parameter, because this is the seat height. That's a low bench. And now we need to create two reference planes. RP, one reference plane for the top and the other for the support. Okay. And we put dimensions, 1 dimension, 2 dimensions. So, well, this is exactly what we need. We need 100. And then we can just click on the dimension and lock. But this one, it's gonna be a new parameter for the seat thickness. Let's click on the dimension, parameter, and seat type. Okay, let's keep as a type. Okay, and now we can change this to be 50. Okay, so the structure for the elevation is also ready.